Now look, I am obviously not condoning Mina Kimes' support for the disgusting Seattle Seahawks. That's obviously unethical and I don't support that. Although I do think you guys are being a little bit hard on Mina Kimes for picking against the 49ers. John says Mina should be fired. Burns says Mina is just as wrong as Nick wrong. How do these people stay employed? Well, hold on a second. Grant Cohn is always wrong. Grant Cohn thought Kellen Mond was going to be a star quarterback. Grant Cohn, he couldn't understand why Kyle Shanahan doesn't just run it left all the time. He's like, why doesn't Kyle Shanahan just run it left? It always works.
All I know is when they ran to the left, it worked. When they ran to the left, it freaking worked. The Ravens don't have a good run defense. They expect you to go. Who freaking cares if they expect you to go to the left? All I know is when they ran to the left, it worked. The Ravens don't have a good run defense.
Yeah, he couldn't understand why Kyle Shanahan doesn't just run it left every single time. He thought Trey Lance was better than Brock Purdy, so Grant is always wrong, and it's okay. Larry Krueger thought Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May would all be busts. That is arguably a bigger miss than anything Grant Cohn has ever said. To think Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May would all be busts is a huge miss. And on top of that, he said Tanner Mordecai was going to be the next Brock Purdy. He said, remember the name, Tanner Mordecai. And it's fine, right? Like, who cares? David Lombardi is a really stupid guy. He believed fake stats, a meme, that Brock Purdy was as fast as Lamar Jackson. Not only did he believe the fake stats, he then the fake stats to the point that everybody was goofing on him in national media. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, we don't expect 49ers content creators to be smart. We expect them to be stupid. And you could argue, well, that's the bigotry of low expectations, as the great George W. Bush said. We could argue that you could argue that we are engaging in the bigotry of low expectations when we expect 49ers content creators to be completely R-worded. But that is a separate argument. I would just say that Mina Kimes is being held to an unfair standard whereby when she picks the defending Super Bowl champions at home to defeat an injury-riddled 49ers team, everybody goes, oh, what an idiot. You're so stupid for picking the defending Super Bowl champions at home on a bad weather game when the 49ers are decimated by injuries. How could you pick the Eagles? That's crazy. And I just think, maybe I'm naive, but I forgive her for that, especially because she's hot. Now, obviously, if she was not hot, who cares, right? Obviously, if she was not hot, do whatever you want. But because she's hot, I feel compelled to white knight her. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, she's not even that hot. But have you seen her with braids? That is my question. Have you seen her with braids? Because she's like super hot with braids, bro.
Nom, 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 nom. You want cookies? Where are the cookies? I'm the cookie monster. Me want cookies. Nom, 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 nom. These cookies. I want cookies.
I thought.
Here's some more. In the next season, the 49ers should sign DK Metcalf to leave Mina Kimes in depression. Josh O'Brien says Mina Kimes is a DEI hire. Mega Deuce says nope, he will not forgive Mina Kimes. Jason says she's a Seahawks fan and a Niners hater. Of course she picked Philly. SCF and a bunch of numbers says she's no Kay Adams. Kay Adams seems to like the 49ers. I would argue Brock Purdy is still underrated by the national media, but I think probably the most underrated person is Kay Adams' doctor. Kay Adams' doctor is doing K-pop level work in the 2010s, and he doesn't get any credit. So I want to give a shout out to Kay Adams' doctor. He's done a tremendous job, and he just doesn't get the credit he deserves, SCF says, yeah, that makes her even sexier for liking the 49ers. I'm a miserable person. Like, when the 49ers win, I actually don't go to hear people jerking everybody else rushes to hear content creators jerk the 49ers when they win, right? I actually don't do that. What I do is I go to the opposing team and watch their fans suffer. I'm into that. I don't know what that says about me. I think it means I'm a miserable person, but I really don't like to revel. If the 49ers won the Super Bowl, I really would go straight to the opposing team and troll them. Like, I really wouldn't even bother celebrating. I heard some guy say when the ball was going to Christian McCaffrey and Christian McCaffrey caught the over-the-shoulder catch, right? He lost his shit. He was like, oh, this is amazing, this is amazing. I actually had the opposite reaction. When the ball was in the air, I was like, you better catch that effing ball. After you just caused the interception the week before against Seattle, when it hit both of your hands and you couldn't catch it, when you cost the 49ers the number 1 seed, you better catch that effing ball, Christian McCaffrey. You're averaging 3 yards a run. You better catch that effing ball, dude. This guy says Mina Kimes still won't date you. I know, that's the whole point of white knighting. Like, you're white knighting for no reason. That's the whole point of it, dude. That's the whole point, is to be as pathetic as possible. That's what I'm doing right now. EH says Mina Kimes is such a moron. Jason says she can kick rocks. This guy says I don't like her. Steve Ochoa says I don't forgive her. So there you go. You guys are being very mean when she's like so hot.